Record. Mic check, mic check. 1, 2.
Alright, hold on, let me put something up. Alright. When everyone else is ready, I can go ahead and begin the recap.
I'm ready to go.
We get it. Recap.
Yo soy radio, Bromeo.
Oh, soy radio, Broger.
Bro Chacho.
Bro, me go.
Load code of the road, bro. Bro, get off your bro's gear.
Alright, so. Last time, you had just arrived in the city of Phandalin with having killed off a massive group of goblins and delivered your not only just the supplies you were hired to bring to the town and were paid, but also supplies that were stolen from the goblins from multiple other job goers that would be brought to the pound. So you paid extra. During the night of your arrival, you sat around a table with the individual you saved, Sildar, and shared a couple of drinks. Through this, you learned that the town is currently being extorted by a group of bandits calling themselves the Red Brands, being led by Iarno Glassstaff, a member, or at least former member at this point, of the Lord's Alliance, the group that Sildar is a part of. Sildar mentioned that should you able to capture Iarno alive and bring him to him, he'd pay 200 gold for you. He'd pay 200 gold. He wanted him alive because apparently there are rumors of an individual calling himself the Scarlet Spider operating within the vicinity of Phandalin. With that in mind, you went about your day. You talked to some shopkeepers, bought some items, had some hijinks, until eventually you were confronted by a number of the Red Brand in the streets. Having killing them in the end, with one of you roasting 3 of them alive and the other just being normally dispatched. You managed to salvage 1 cloak. In doing so, you were led by a young halfling boy who seemed enamored by you. He led you to a secret cave within the woods that apparently lead to a crevice underneath the manor that the Red Brand had taken up residence in. The fuck is that?
No idea.
After so once you arrived at the cave, you sent Mendardus in to sort of scout ahead, and it was there that Mendardus met a creature of some kind, a creature with 1 solid green glowing eye, spine across his back, large clawed hands. If you look in Game Room, I think there's a picture of him. I'll repost it. Grab the link. Look at that. Anyway, but through some subtle wordplay and the offer of food, Mendardus managed to keep the beast quiet. And with the offer of more food to be brought tomorrow, the beast would supposedly stay quiet and let them pass without bother the next time they come in. With that, you return to the inn you were staying at, ordered a full pig carcass to be delivered to you in the morning, and went to bed. And that is where we come back to the group in the early morning hours, all of you waking up. and meeting back downstairs.
Now, would I already be a couple glasses in since I wake up earlier than
Yeah,
everybody?
you do. Yeah, you wake up like 4 hours earlier than everyone, so you'd be like maybe a cup or two in. Yeah,
Okay.
just sort of waiting, concocting your plan as you wait for your teammates.
So do we have the pig carcass?
It takes eventually the barkeep does wake up, and within a couple of within like maybe an hour or so, he does deliver the pig carcass. Unsure as where to place it, he just puts it on the table for y'all, and it's just sitting there, slowly leaking coagulated blood.
Fantastic.
So, do we want to deliver this before we go check out the manor so that the little bastard keeps his mouth shut?
No, we should totally just walk around with a pig carcass all day.
I'll carry it.
I mean, for a half-orc to carry a pig carcass, it's not that uncommon, I don't think.
I mean, it's not that
Half-orc is
uncommon, but,
probably
like-
uncommon in this region.
It's not incredibly uncommon, however, like it's not uncommon to see someone walking with a pig carcass. However, it is uncommon for someone to be walking with it all day.
It's my pet piggy.
I would suggest, since we've rested and everything, we go ahead and head back to the cave. Go ahead and deliver pig carcass and see if if like the creature has any hints or clues as to how to navigate the cave and potentially get up to the manor, so that we can not only have an inside man, but figure out how to get around.
Did anybody
Point of
tap
order.
in on the cave?
Point of order, you do know that cave is underneath the manor.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. So you're sort of pseudo in the manor at the time.
If we take him the pig carcass now and then leave, we're probably going to have to bring him something else when we come back, or he'll just freak out.
Well, we could tell him not to eat it all at once.
I
Or-
don't think that monster thing is actually going to listen.
No, it's hungry as shit. So,
That's the best part of Christmas dinner is ham sandwiches afterwards.
Yeah, but I don't know if your mother ever told you this, but the best way to a man is, through his stomach. So if we keep feeding this thing, he's going to become more loyal to us. So it might be better to, it might be better to go ahead and deliver food now with the promise of more.
or what?
keep
Well, that's
eating
fine.
the
I
pig
just wanted to
carcass.
point out that if we did it now, then we need to bring more back later.
Or what do we?
I'll pay for another pig carcass. I'm cool with that.
What is this thing's stomach a bag of holding? I mean, there's.
No, it's probably going to just get stored like chunks of rotten meat.
I mean, this thing
This
did
little
seem pretty
crevasse.
vile.
He's a bulimic mind reader. Oh my god, I'm overindulged.
So, do we want to take it to pig carcasses, see if it'll do anything? I mean, I
You
can
don't
probably.
take both at once. If it's anything, it's probably like a golden retriever. You eat all of it at once. We're just saying, let's get a standing order for this evening for another pig carcass.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe a baby pig. Just a little afternoon snack.
He likes the fetus.
How much does a pig carcass cost?
You paid 1 gold for the entire pig carcass last time, so it'd be about that.
So who are
Alright,
we talking to about the pig carcass? Is it a commoner?
It's-
No,
it's the
I'll call
barkeep.
over the elf and... Is it an elf or a half-elf?
He's a half-elven individual.
Considered a commoner?
Maybe he's 100% a
Probably.
commoner.
Well, I could talk to him and tell him we don't have an entire gold. Try to get it cheaper. With the haunted one, commoners will do anything they can to help me.
I've already been flirting with the dude. I may have an in. Hold on.
Here we go again.
I've tried this before.
You see the half-elven individual, sort of dirty blonde hair, powder blue eyes, and like bronzer skin than like other individuals of his race. He comes up, still wearing his simple clothing as you wave him over. He's like, yes, what can I help you?
We'd like to take the pig carcass, but we don't have a ton of money.
Didn't we already pay for it?
Yeah, we paid
I
for
was
the
gonna-
first one
For
already.
this one.
We're asking for another one.
Oh,
He turns towards the pig carcass you have. He's like, you want another?
yes, I would like another, but we gave you our last gold piece. We only have like 5 silver.
Go ahead, roll a deception check.
I help him.
Okay, yeah, go ahead with advantage.
Let me find deception. Oh God, I'm not a charisma anything.
13. Okay.
Yeah.
Give me roll
You have
with
advantage, so you can roll one time. 18.
There we
alright.
go.
Let me use.
Is it deception if commoners will do anything that they can do to help us?
It depends. Like, let me read that feature of
Well,
yours.
you're technically lying to
Haunted
him.
one.
Those who look into your eyes can see. My fee newcomers will extend to you every courtesy and do their utmost to help you. Well, there's a difference between common courtesy and purchasing something.
Okay. Copy.
But he seems to like tap his foot, and like it takes you all. Well, I heard you all were the people who brought in the supplies for the town, so yeah, I suppose I can allow 5 silver. I'll get. It'll be a less one of the less hearty pigs, but I can certainly do 5 silver.
Fair
I
enough.
heard you guys were the guys who brought all the supplies into the town and got paid like 100 gold for it, but you've already spent all that, I'm sure.
I'll pay him 5 silver.
Alright, you deliver the 5 silver, and he comes back with another pig carcass. However, this one is like a good degree smaller than the other, but still manageable. Once again, unsure as where to place it, he puts it on the table with the first one, and now you're starting to draw some eyes of 2 pig carcasses on your table.
Every time that
What?
somebody looks at our table because of the pig carcasses, I just wink at them.
Excuse me, but I believe you've forgotten the apples.
So
Why did we get another one right now instead of saving it for later?
Because we
sounded
are
like y'all
smart.
wanted
it's fine. So let me ask this: do we want to give him the small one first, and then give him the bigger one as like, hey, you helped us out. Here's a bigger carcass.
Yeah, let's do the small one first.
Or we could be like, oh, here's a big one, and there's more where that came from, and then we'll give him the smaller one after we're done with him, and
Well-
be like, oh, here you go.
Well, here's the thing: if we can keep this creature on our side, we may be able to use him later as like a companion with us to be able to read the minds of people trying to deceive us.
I could have a new pet.
Oh my
Or you
gosh.
kill it
You
because
would
it's a
keep
filthy beast.
cumulative track, do you? Like he's got a bunch of pigs, not just a big one and then a small one.
It's a grotesque monstrosity, and it needs to be purged.
No, it doesn't. Leave my monstrosity alone. All right. So do we want to head to the cave?
After
Like
it's done helping us.
All right, let's go ahead. Let's
Well,
head to the cave. And
here's
go
here's
deliver.
here's my question: do we want to just take a couple to the cave, have him get a couple inside, and then signal everybody else to start to cause a distraction?
Why don't we head there? The rest of us kind of stay back and let Mandardus go in by himself again, because he's kind of built up a rapport with this guy, and then kind of give him, hey, I'm going to be bringing a friend or 2 with me next time. So we're not like creeping the dude out immediately.
The thing is timid.
It's very timid. And I don't want to go.
I don't want to deal with it.
It sounds like
It's creepy. It's weird.
Let me ask this: would I know what this kind of creature is? Because it seems kind of demonic. So
Roll. I'd say this would be a. Let me go over the skills real quick. And this would be an Arcana check. Roll an Arcana check.
Your demon and you.
You get the feeling that there are many creatures throughout the world, Beasts were considered monstrosities, which are essentially animals that have grown to be even larger and stronger rates. They're fey, fiend, undead, but this is a creature that exists outside the realm of natural order. A creature from the far realms, from broken planes that no longer exist anymore, that have eroded with time, and eventually these individuals just found themselves on the material plane. These are called aberrations.
Sounds like a demon to me.
It's definitely a
Oh,
demon.
guys, he just ain't got no home.
We can give him a home.
I'll take it.
Yeah, let's actually walk towards the thing.
All right, so you swing the pig carcasses over your shoulder. So are you gonna walk there, or are you gonna take your cart?
If the cart fits.
It is you can take the cart up to a certain point, but then there's a point where the thicket gets too heavy that you'd have to like tie it off. But you can certainly take the cart up to a certain point. Yeah.
I would say if we're just doing recon, we don't really need to take the cart. And
We
we're
have
just
2 pig carcasses.
we're only taking one.
Where are we leaving the other one? Just on the table? Like, my good barkeep. Watch this. Yes, I know we ordered it now, but
We're saving it for later.
yes.
I mean, we can take the second one with us and
Do
tell
you
them
have a refrigerator by chance?
Just stab a knife down next to it. Nobody touch this.
I say fuck it, let's take both, and I'll drag the smaller one in first, and somebody else can bring in
Okay.
the bigger one.
I'll carry the bigger one.
All right, so let's see. Let me go back and see what the survival check was for the map. Remember you making that mark at some point. Oh, I think you said 15, didn't you? You rolled physical dice.
Yeah.
Yeah, there it is. Okay, so it takes. It doesn't. It takes you, like I said, the better part of an hour pushing through the thicket, and maybe more like an hour and 15 minutes having to do so with 2 pig carcasses, and you get the ire of like a passing wolf, or 2, but they see several armed humans, and they're like, nah, not fucking with that. Eventually, you do find yourselves back at the cave entrance, at the entrance to this massive hill, looking not massive, but like
yeah.
a rather good sized hill, looking up, and then there on top of the hill, where like is the stone manor. So, what do you do?
I'm gonna grab the smaller pig carcass, and I still have the red brand cloak on, correct?
Correct. I mean,
Okay.
yeah, you still have it. You can put it on right now, should you
Yeah.
so wish.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and put it on because that's what he recognized me as last time. And
All right.
I'll grab the pig carcass and make my way to the cave. But before I do I hear any other noises of any people or anything like that around?
Go ahead and roll a what's I'm looking for?
Perception?
Perception check. Yeah.
Natural 20 with the 24.
You close your eyes and you let your elven ears take charge. You do hear what seems to be like talking, but it seems to be deep within the cave, or maybe even at the top of the hill. No one seems to be in the immediate vicinity, but you do feel like the manor is populated at the moment.
Okay. So I will I'll make my way with the pig carcass into the cave with my head down so nobody recognizes me.
Okay. 1 sec.
Ooh, before you go, ask the creature if he knows when they're usually gone.
Okay. And I walk away.
And I walk away. Damn it, I messed that up. Why did I do that?
Because it's fun.
There you go. So, once again, you are there within the confines of the cave. As you step in, roll a perception check.
Fuck.
All right, 1 sec.
Are you going in solo?
Yes.
Okay. You don't need anybody to go with you?
No. I went in solo last time.
Oh. Was this last Tuesday?
Yeah, this past
Okay,
Tuesday.
gotcha.
Okay. He doesn't seem to be hiding this time. You see the creature once again, spines and all, like sort of hunched over. What looks to be a squirrel he might have caught, or a rat, some sort of mangled creature that he's chewing on. He turns and his eye goes onto you. I need you to roll me a deception check.
23.
All right, I'll keep that in mind. Damn. Okay. Anyway, so nothing seems to happen, but he looks at you. Hello. You feel the presence once again enters your mind as a telepathic bond is created. Hello, once again, spy.
I told you I'd bring you
Stares
food,
into your soul.
and I set the pig carcass down on the ground and try and scoot it towards him a little bit.
It crawls on all fours, like sort of like that kind of way, and he sniffs at it, and then like to your like disgust, its long sharp teeth extend as it reaches down and like pulls at its jugular and like begins chewing away. The squishing and crunching sounds fill the air, but he seems sated.
I told you I'd bring you food, and I've got another one for you if you promise to help us out.
How do you want me to help?
I got a couple questions I just need to know. The first one being, how many people are normally in the manor?
Many. Always many. They change out
So there's
time.
there's never a time that nobody's there?
No.
Okay. Is there a secret code or anything that they use to communicate with each other?
Yes.
What's the secret phrase?
Teach me how to teach me.
Ilifan. Ilifan keeps the undead from attacking.
Okay. Would you be okay if I brought somebody else in here with me so we could explore the cave a little bit?
Roll a persuasion check. Say with advantage because you've given him food, but bringing more people in.
19?
He begins to pull the carcass towards the edge of the like sort of like the ravine. He says, "Okay, but I hide. Help
Okay.
no more."
I have a bigger carcass. If I bring in one person, will you help us get through the cave inside the manor?
Okay.
Okay, I will be right back.
Pushes the carcass down, and you hear heavy splat.
Oof. All right, I will be right back. And I walk back out to rejoin the party.
Okay. You're now out with the party outside the cave. All of you are just sort of there, sitting there waiting for him, and then see your friend once again reemerge.
I relay all the information I just learned and tell them, hey, we just got to bring this carcass in. I can only bring in one person with me, and he's still willing to help us. So, and he's going to help us navigate through the cave to get in the manor.
Oh, what's something for? He says you can bring in your friends, but once you bring in more people, he'll help no more.
Okay.
He said he might point you in a direction, but he's not gonna like guide you through the cave.
Okay. So, I just relay that information to him. And, oh, by the way, I also got the secret passphrase for the red brand. So.
Sweet. Let's go.
All right. In we go.
All right. You all follow him, and eventually you all come into the cave. Your eyes adjusting. For those of you who are human, eventually you have to blink, but it comes to, and you all once again see the creature sort of sitting there on the like behind a pillar looking at you. I need everyone to roll me deception checks.
Wait, deception or perception?
Deception.
Oh, deception. Yeah, I did deception. Okay.
16.
16.
13.
13. Where is that button? He looks at all of you. His eyes seemed like his eyes fall on Grim. His eye falls on Grim and Signa and seems to bore into the two of you. You don't feel any different, like anything's happened to you, but it feels like he's staring past you and into your soul.
Sweet. What if you don't have a soul?
But Grim, let me see. You are what does from Hunter's Bane, Fey Fiend. Okay, no, it doesn't. Phase Fiend's an undead. It doesn't categorize him, so you don't feel anything. I mean, like other than the fact that this creature is fucking weird, but you don't feel anything within your blood.
Okay.
You're right. I don't feel anything.
Whoever's got the pig carcass, put it out in front of us.
Alright, I toss him the pig carcass.
To your Witcher.
It falls. He looks at it. Don't get stuck in my head. He looks at it, looks towards you, and he points towards he points out 4 entrances into the manor.
4 entrances into the manor. Okay.
There are 4 separate hallways that could lead into the manor from where you are.
Does he leave any? Is there any indication as to like what levels these enter on, or
Which one's more traveled?
yeah? Which ones?
Roll a survival check, actually.
Stand by.
I was gonna say, don't just look for which one's traveled. Look for one that has like wheel marks on it, because that's where they're
21.
trying to put the carts.
Which one goes to the kitchen?
You see a lot of foot traffic on this one right here.
Okay. Where do I see the least amount of traffic?
Least amount of traffic would be this one right here.
Okay. I'm gonna relay that to the party and suggest we take a look at this before, as one of our primary entrances.
Okay. How sturdy is that bridge that connects the two?
I'd say roll a perception check.
13.
13. They both seem rather rickety. And perhaps they won't hold if multiple people cross them.
Okay.
You watch as
Once?
you watch as the creature takes the other kid carcass, throws it off the side into the ravine, and then jumps after it. And you can hear it's distant now, but you can hear the soft squelching and slapping sounds as he devours away.
All right. So which one do you guys want to take?
Squelch is great.
I'm gonna suggest the path he's traveled, and we need to do it quickly and while he's occupied.
Hey, you and Robert Frost.
So this one.
All right. I'm good with that.
I got it.
But I took the road less traveled by.
Yeah.
Well, that's this one.
That's
Yeah.
one of my favorite poems. But thank you.
No, I was suggesting that nobody else picked up the Robert Frost literary reference.
Did not get it. Nope.
Nope.
No.
Negative.
All right. So we're all going to take the least traveled one?
Well, do we want to split up or do we want to go down the same path?
I feel like it would be a bad. Well.
Well, this is about to be a big fight.
How about we send
Check them all.
How about we send people one at a time over the bridge, and if we all get across it, we'll all take the one path. If not, and it snaps because we've already figured out that it could eventually go, then the other group goes down the most traveled path.
Well, we know that this is the most traveled path here, so they would have had to use the bridge on multiple occasions.
Right.
True.
Yeah, but
Okay, if we all stick together, though, are we gonna look more conspicuous because we have so many people, or would it be better to kind of like separate?
You're already gonna look conspicuous because you guys don't have the cloaks on,
I've got a red tunic on.
with one sleeve missing.
Shh, it's for aesthetic purposes.
got that Tommy Hilfiger.
Did we receive cloaks or something?
No.
No, they stole one off of the body of some red brands they fought earlier. However, the others were burnt when the cleric decided to cast flamethrower.
Would it be a good idea to go to the most frequented path real quick and see if there are any boxes with cloaks?
You guys, new shipment came in.
Well, I mean, if you think about the path you take most, do you store all of your shit where you walk all the time, or do you store it in the attic or in a spare room?
No, if you've been to this house, you know we store it where we go all the. Bill, you've seen our.
Well, why don't we?
I don't know. I say we split up.
Do we want to try and cross the bridge?
Be
I
cautious.
say we check everything like as we come past it.
I'm gonna
There might be
cross
something
the
interesting in
bridge
each
by
little room.
kangaroo jumping.
I'm fine with that. I'll start here, and then we'll work our way up.
All right.
All right.
So, okay, where are you crossing? Are you crossing the bridge?
Well,
Not
go
the
here first.
broken one.
we're gonna go check this room first. I voted
Okay.
for this anyway. I'll go with
So-
you, Hearth, or whatever Hearth's name is.
You go towards. You can go ahead and drop your tokens down if y'all want.
Yeah, I'm gonna move up to here once I get to this room.
So y'all are checking. Y'all are. Where's my? I gotta select my ping tool. Y'all are checking here out first, right?
Correct.
Okay. So
I'm
you
gonna cast light on my shield.
you do so. Is the revealing working?
Yeah.
You look down and you see a hallway.
How do I drop my fucking token?
All right, you stop there and you see another two hallways: a door behind you and a door in front of you. Roll a perception check.
My token's not dropping.
Neither is
Thank you.
mine.
Check your
Oh,
player
okay.
character and then just drag it onto the screen.
Check.
I'm
Just like-
trying.
Go to your journal.
I
And then
didn't
player
notice.
character. Oh, okay.
my
Didn't
journal.
notice by accident. There's Josephine, and then there's Grim. There you go.
Thank you.
Outstanding.
Grim, how do you have 27 hit points?
I rolled a 2d10s, and then I have plus 3 on my con, and then I have Hill Dwarf, which is plus 1, so I have 2d10s plus 8.
So 10 plus 8 plus.
20 plus 8.
Oh, okay, nice. All right, you got real good then.
And
Okay.
I show my temporary hit points as 27 right now because my Crimson Rite is still active.
Okay. Anyway, so there are two doors, one here and one there, and with that perception, you hear two separate sets of voices. You hear common coming from the north door, and like what sounds to be like individuals conversing with each other, and you hear a more guttural speech coming from the south, and you recognize it as Goblin. From the individuals from the time you were in the thing.
Nope.
Who's
Okay.
right here?
You don't understand it, but if you
That's me.
you recognize it as the speech that was used amongst those people.
I think I have that.
That's me, by the way, Farrell.
Okay.
Whoever.
Do you want to go up here and see if we can meet them
Yeah.
and kind of do a counterattack, I guess, if we need to?
Yeah, I'll go up to
Whoever's
here.
right here, I'm gonna whisper to them that there's people in this door and goblins in this door.
Okay, I was like Signa with you, so you tell them that.
Nope.
All right, I go right here.
Okay. You see another hallway. a set of staircases leading up.
I'm gonna try and peek around the corner, see if I see anything further past the staircase.
You see 2 doors, one to the north and one to the south.
Who's this with me? Grim. I let him know. Do I hear any voices or see anything?
Roll perception check.
Perception. Fuck no.
No,
can say no.
it's
You can
it's
say
quiet
no.
at the moment.
I can give you advantage. You just gotta tell me what you're doing.
Listening for voices and stuff.
Oh, okay.
I'd say for perception checks it'd be like separate rolls. So if you want to
Okay.
roll, you can roll one, Grim.
Yeah, I can try one. Let me find you. Nah, that doesn't help much.
You hear muted talking. It appears to be common, but you can't be quite sure. But you do hear some kind of voice, some sets of voices.
Okay, I'll relay that and ask him if he wants me to run down and inform the rest of our party what we kind of hear.
Yeah, might as well.
Okay, so I'll run down here, talk to them quietly.
So is this a door right here?
Yeah, I think that's a door.
Yes. Yeah, it's a door, and there's also a door right here.
I'm gonna move
This is
up.
the goblins, and this is the common.
I'm just gonna check the door for traps or anything else.
All right, roll an investigation check.
Alright.
My investigation's terrible.
Oh, nice.
Oh, there we go.
Investigation's terrible.
Take it.
+2. 19. All right, so it doesn't appear to be trapped. Doesn't appear to be locked.
Wait. I don't know. Never mind. I'm gonna check this door.
All right, well, ahead, roll investigation.
Alright, I'm going back up here.
Sorry, I can't keep my stuff open as a separate window on this computer for some stupid reason.
It's okay, man. If you double click like the intimidation, you intimidate the door.
Oops.
Tell me if you have any traps.
If you double click like where the name is, it'll minimize it. Essentially, it'll make it very small, and so you don't have to worry about it.
Oof.
Should have stuck with intimidation.
Doesn't appear to be trapped. It's the same thing. You rolled a 5 for both. It doesn't appear to be trapped. It doesn't appear to be locked.
Coolio, I'm gonna open the door.
Oh shit.
Oh, you're just okay. All right. Hold on. Let me get this ready. So, Signa, as you are attempting to, as you're doing that, you hear behind you a and you're like, what? And you turn to see Thrisis opening the door. Thrisis, you open the door to see 4 bugbears very similar to the one you fought before, surrounding a singular goblin. The goblin seems to be like cowering in fear, and as all 3 bugbears turn to you, the goblin collapses and falls unconscious. However, at that, let's roll initiative. And what do you say? What do you do when you open the door? They're just currently looking
fuck.
at you. Is
This
that
isn't
what
where
you
I
say,
parked my
Opa?
car.
Yeah. Oh fuck.
Are you hostile? Do you draw your weapon?
I mean, I already had my shield out because it was my light, and my
I'm gonna roll
main
something.
weapon is my fucking.
Gonna roll something for these bugbears real quick.
Do we need to do the initiative thingy then?
Oh, we'll see. We'll see where Sildar. We'll see where Thrisis takes this real quick. See if the bugbears. Okay. They seem confused. They don't recognize you. However, there are a lot of humans in this area, so they do have their weapons drawn and they are look to be ready to fight. However, they're They appear to be waiting for something. You have yet to say a single word, except for "oh fuck." So, I say you get like one more action, one more chance to do something before.
I'm just gonna throw this out there. You know the secret passphrase, by the way.
Is this an action or is this a turn?
Is it like a you get a choice, like you get an action. You get one action to do something, and then if depending on that something you do, initiative may or may not start.
Give him the
Basically,
passphrase.
don't fuck it up.
Yeah.
No pressure.
Again, you know the passcode.
But they're all just sort of looking at you. They are bugbears. So what would Thrisis do?
Pocket things.
He totally lost Marshmallow back there.
You take a step in. It's on you, man. All right. Decision has been made.
We're going that route. Okay.
All right.
Obviously.
Okay.
Outstanding.
I was trying to draw a shape, but it didn't work very well.
That's okay. I have a template for you. Don't worry.
Cool.
Hey, so you know that cone's just gonna go straight to that goblin that may or may not have. And fuck all of you.
Right.
Nice.
Yeah.
Looks kind of like a duck.
Let's see where the angled one will get you.
Probably not much better.
Ooh.
If I was like one step in, like right here or something, then maybe. But
I think it's angled the wrong way.
that's why I asked if I could move, or if it was a turn. Because if
you
it was a
could take
turn,
it-
then I would have.
I'd
I was
say
gonna
that.
step in and then fucking.
I'd say a free. I'd say you could take like a step in should you decide before you cast this fire.
Oh yeah, if I'm gonna cast the fire, I'm definitely taking a step in to fuck these dudes up.
All right, you take a step in and you cast Burning Hands. Let me go ahead and roll these saves for everyone. All right. So go ahead, roll damage, which is 3d6. Just roll 3d6 in general as I roll saves.
Not great.
God damn.
There. Ooh. Ooh.
You guys are all pissed now.
Oh, buddy. All right.
And they all saved.
Okay.
Take
All
that
right.
2.5.
1, 2.
I think it's round downs.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's round down as 2.
Failure. Failure.
You
Success.
do anything?
So he takes 25. He takes. So you all, I guess, Signa and Josephine, who has yet to move, I'd say you'd be right there. You all hear the door open. You hear.
Oh fuck.
You hear oh fuck, and then an ensuing of flames.
He got scared and sneezed.
Josephine, I say
Oh fuck.
Grim is within shouting distance should you choose to shout towards him.
And let it all out.
Yeah. Let me hear your draconic shout.
But that is up to you whether you do that. However, at the moment,
Until
I would
these
like
guys hear what the fuck's going on, and then they run in here through this door.
everyone to roll initiative, please.
What if I say no?
All right, dice, give me some good fucking initiative so I can try this again.
Yay, that sucked.
Yay, 14. Woo woo.
Oh my God, Art.
Nice.
Apparently it's
What happened?
saying that it
I don't
didn't-
know.
4.15.
I was gonna say I got a 4.
That's
You didn't even get
amazing.
to half.
I'm gonna die.
You did beat Dominica though.
Yeah.
By 0.15.
Oh no.
Joseph-
Apparently my roll was first and I got a 4. So,
Right, so his was only slightly better.
we're doing great.
8?
We're doing
Outstanding. You know, relatively, these are Okay, as long as nobody gets anything higher than that.
Watch, they're gonna
This
roll a
is
fucking
terrible.
20.
Yeah, roll a 2 for all of the enemies.
Please.
For the love of... Nope. Fucking saw it. God damn it.
Good. What's the fucking goblin at?
Goblin's
The goblin's
unconscious.
unconscious.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Currently unconscious because he fell unconscious, but he did automatically fail the deck save and got burnt. However, he's not dead. He's just severely burnt, but still unconscious. It's now the bugbears. The bugbears are up. I hate to say this, but there's only one target. They're all gonna go.
Oh.
You better
They're all
hope the
gonna
rest of the
go
rolls
girl.
suck.
Okay. We'll see.
At least my AC is pretty decent.
You say that.
20.
One sec. I'm being called.
Fuck you!
Eh.
Fuck you.
Why couldn't we have
you, Shorzy.
two... Fuck you, Shorzy. Fuck you,
Fuck
Jonesy.
you, Jonesy, you fucking tit.
Tell your mom to stop trying to put her finger in my ass. Only let Riley's mom do that.
Oh, shit.
Fucking spare parts, ain't you, bud?
Please.
No. No.
That looks so bad. No, I'm taking a picture of that.
Sup, bruh.
You look terrible. Like you look like.
Okay, I'm back. So, a 9 doesn't hit.
Wife beard.
Neither does a 7, but I think a 21 does.
Just possibly.
Absolutely it.
Oh, it is. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and roll damage. That is. No, that's not bad. It has 5 points of piercing damage as one of the beast's morning stars slam into you. So 5 points of damage.
For who?
Mandardis, you're up. So, Josephine, I have a question. Do you shout towards your teammates that a fight has broken out, or do you stay quiet?
I'm torn. Because if I shout, more people may come.
Well, we can just make this interesting. Not that it already
I mean,
is.
can I
there's-
just, like, can I
you
just
can sh-
go like really loud and go, "Psst, hey guys, the hell?"
You have. I'd say they'd have to roll a perception check to hear you, but there's more than one way to get someone's attention. I believe you have javelins.
Oh, yes. I was gonna say, can I throw my javelin at them?
You most certainly can.
Just don't hit us.
I'm gonna throw
Around.
my javelin towards them, but not like to hit them.
Hey, okay, just roll me a d20.
Okay. That would be a natural 20. Thank you.
All right, so I want you to roll me an attack.
An attack? Okay.
Wait, what?
That's a D12, right?
No, just roll me an attack roll. Roll me an attack roll. You got a natural 20. Now roll me an attack roll with your javelin.
Oh, okay. That would be a 18.
18. You all watch, like, you don't watch, but you hear, like, Grim, you're sort of standing outside the hallway, and you just, like, feel the brush of air along your face as the javelin, one of Josephine's javelins is heavily slammed into the wall next to you, and you're like,
You
What?
hiss like a cat.
your attention is most certainly grabbed.
Hey, psst, guys,
My
this way.
attention is grabbed.
Okay, so that was Josephine's way to grab your attention. So Mandardis, now it's your turn.
All right.
Bring your ass here, motherfucker.
I'm right about. Well, I was right. No, I was right. Ah! Okay, I just lost my character.
You're inside.
There we go,
You and
fuck
Grim
it.
are inside each other.
Fuck it.
Yeah, you
Alright.
are.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
Iron.
I've never felt this
I
close.
got. Is there enough room for me to run around him?
Yeah, I'd say that's fine.
So I'm gonna make myself
You can run through me at half
to
whatever.
there.
Yeah, that's more for like if you were in this hallway right here, I definitely say going through people would be half. But there is more certainly like there's more space outside, so he can go around you. So I'd say that's fine.
So
But if you to push past Josephine and get in this hallway, that is most certainly half movement.
and that's as far as I can move.
Yeah, you do have a dash action, however, if you so choose to take it.
Yeah, fuck it. I'll take the dash.
So you have another 30 feet of movement. So if you want to push past Josephine, you'd get to be about right there with it's 15.
I'll actually no.
25.
I'm gonna
You get-
stop. I'm gonna stop right about there,
Okay, you stop right there.
and that's my turn.
That is your turn. Grim, you're up.
Okay.
Borrow mine.
Well, I guess I'll grab this javelin here.
All right, that's a free action. You just go reach over, pull it out
Yep.
as a strength-based weapon.
Yep. So take it out, and let's see. Okay.
Little dwarf feet.
You're right. Can I go here?
Yeah, you can most certainly go there with your action. So you do that.
I'll hand off this javelin and I guess ready my crossbow.
All right. Signa, you're up.
Alright. I'm gonna move a little bit closer. And then
Whoops.
attack this guy with 2 swipes of my thingy.
You could have.
Okay, go ahead. Roll to attack. Roll your 2
Attack
attacks.
that guy.
Action,
Right here.
bonus action.
There
The guy
was
in
that
front.
guy and that guy.
Wait, how are you attacking a guy that you're not in the same room as?
Oh, that doesn't work at all.
True.
I'd say you can push through and get in, like there,
It's like,
there,
it's
or
like
there.
just poke a sword like through the doorway.
Okay.
Just
So 17 plus 5, so
22.
22, and then other one, another 17.
Why are you rolling Why are you rolling 2 d20s?
Oh, I got that. God damn it! I'm trying to use the thing for the first time, so
It's no problem. It's no problem. Just make sure you click the. If you're rolling 1, you just click the d20.
yeah.
Alternatively, you can just. Okay, so 18, 23.
18 and 22.
Okay, so point of order. If you want to make an attack on your character sheet, you could just click. You can open up your character sheet and just click the button that says scimitar, and you'll look like this.
Point of personal privilege.
See? However, that is up to you.
Wait a second.
So roll 2d6s and then add your and then add 6.
Yeah.
Go, Phoebe.
So 9 plus 6, 15. That's a good bit of damage. You sort of run up behind and like have to like sort of maneuver, but you do poke between Thrice's like, and you just sort of like do a double stab 1-2 and do 15 points of damage to this guy right here. That is a good amount.
Fuck yeah.
15. So he's currently looking. He's looking rough. This guy right here is looking really rough. All right, Thrices, you're up. Totally surrounded
I'm up
by bugbears.
with
Yep.
my terrible roll. It's amazing.
You can choose to, if you want, you
What am
can
I doing?
push
What am I
in.
doing?
You can choose to push in a little bit more.
Yeah, stop blocking the
Where?
door.
Push it in.
I mean,
What is this?
You gotta push in and pull out.
those are bed rolls.
Oh, so I can just walk on that?
Yeah.
So I can move right here? Just like,
Yeah, you'll take an attack of opportunity from this guy, but yes, you can.
do it, bro.
Okay, let me see. Where is my bugbear stat sheet? Morningstar.
Oh, please stop. I swear to God, I'm gonna wax you in the middle of the night.
What is your
Do that,
AC?
please.
18.
Yep, 15 does not hit. Wow. You bring up your shield and you hear the clang as this morning star hits, but you do in fact block it. So you've moved. What else do you want to do?
I'm gonna use my channel divinity for the light cleric Radiance of the Dawn.
Mm-hmm.
Besides just being a light that dispels magic darkness, it also makes it so that hostile creatures make a con save or take a 2d10 plus my level, which is 2
2 at the moment.
of radiance damage or radiant
Nice.
damage.
Con save, so 14, right?
Yes.
All right, let's see here. Do they take half if they fail?
It doesn't say that on my sheet. I don't think so. I will check though.
Yeah, I can. While you do that, I can also look it up real quick. See who finds it first. Light cleric. I feel.
I want to say success.
Yeah, I was about to say. I feel like most abilities do allow that. So, this guy succeeds. Need to do one more save though. All right. Okay. So this guy succeeds. The other 2 fail. So go ahead, roll that damage. 2d10 plus 2.
Yeah.
So 13. So that halved is 6. And the other take the whole 13 damage. So that is nice. He's at 12. He's at 12. The goblin, I'm going to rule as unhostile at the moment because he's unconscious, so he doesn't take damage. And you watch as you grip the. You all watch as well, actually not all, just Signa, but you watch as Thrices grips his symbol to Sothis, and with that you hear a distant howl as flame bursts out around him in like a sort of ring, and one of the bugbears is immolated. All right, so now you only got 2 left. Josephine, you're up.
Okay, how far in can I move?
You have 30 feet of movement, so you can get to. Where's my ruler? You can get to just inside the room.
Okay, go ahead and let's go ahead and get in there. So let's see. So I can move. So right there.
Yeah, right there. That's about as far as you can get.
Okay, awesome. So let's go ahead and do that, and then I'm just going to go after this dude right there.
All right, roll to attack. Do you want to make it reckless?
Yeah, why not? Let's do it.
All right. So you have advantage on the attack.
Okay, so advantage. Okay, so how do I do that? Okay, so I'm putting advantage, and then I'm gonna try to do this on here. So with the great axe, do I just click on the great axe, or do I need to roll
click?
Okay.
Just click great axe.
Click great axe.
24, 12.
Woo!
That is exactly how many hit points he had left. Do you want to describe the
Bye-bye.
kill?
Die.
Die.
I'm
So
just gonna lop off his head.
All right, you do just that. You rush into the room and you pull out your great axe, and just with one solid, his head is gone and off.
Bye.
Hey Bevan, did you put those 5 points of damage on me?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, your character, your tokens got it. It's now the bugbear's turns. He would try and run away. However, he is kind of trapped. So much like how a cornered mice bites, he's going to go after. Actually, I'm going to roll for it. Let's see let's see who will go after. All right, Josephine, he's after you.
Of course he is. Why wouldn't it be fun? It's because I'm a girl, isn't it?
I do not think 8 hits though.
8 does not hit me.
So he comes in with his morning star, and you bring up and you parry it aside. All right, Mandardus, you're up.
Perfect timing, Jesus. All right. How far in could I get?
With everyone there, that's 20 feet. So you can just barely You can just barely get into the room. You'd be shoving your way in, but you can get to right there.
Okay, then that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna move in right there, and
You're just like, excuse me, pardon me, as you shove everyone past.
then I will cast. Let's just do. I'll do a firebolt at him.
Okay, roll to attack with your firebolt. 14. Just. Hold on, let me see. Yep, 14 misses, unfortunately.
Damn.
You say fireball, bolt or fireball?
Bolt.
Okay.
You watch as the tips of.
Actually, can I do my? Oh no, wait, never mind.
Oh, damn it!
I was gonna do. Actually, no. I'm gonna do Tides of Chaos.
All right, go ahead. Roll to attack.
Oh, I need to
Roll
roll that
it.
with advantage. Oh well, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. Like it still hits, and I'll take the 5
Okay.
instead of the 4. So you watch as Mendardus's fingers begin to blacken, and fire bursts from them, and he shoots it out, and the bugbear takes 5 points of damage. He's looking really rough. Grim, you're up.
Well, people are hanging out of the hallway, so I'm gonna post up right here and hold the rear.
Okay.
Hodor, did you hear that?
Signa, you're up.
Hodor.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna back up a little bit, then take off in a run, jump off Josephine's shoulders, and come stabbing down with both scimitars for the one final bugbear that's left.
All right. I'd say roll me an acrobatics check.
Was I muted for that whole thing, or did you hear what?
No, we
No,
heard
we
you.
heard you.
Okay. Perfect.
No, we were just ignoring you.
21, not bad. You do as you say. You run up, and Josephine, you feel as one foot is pressed down onto like that little knee pocket where your calf is, so he can get his first purchase, and you like buckle slightly as like you feel his feet walk up your spine. Eventually, his foot lands on your head, and you jump down and go ahead, roll to attack. Nice, 25. It's a natural 20. So how do you want to do this?
I guess I gotta do my other one. Let's just see if both hit.
Both do hit.
Ah. See, how am I going? So I guess I'm still acrobatics. So I actually want to like start doing a front flip, sink both blades into the shoulders, and then continue, and then with the momentum, like pick them up and flip them over into one of the walls.
You do that. You do just like you jump over across Josephine's back, annoying your teammate certainly, and you slam both both scimitars into his blades, and with just enough force, you manage to flip them and slam them back down onto the ground, like right there, as you land over here.
Ah, suck it.
All right, and with that, you all stop, hold your breath, and you hear the voices continue in the other room. They don't appear to be
Notice?
any. Not at the moment. Appear to be any of the wiser. Roll the 1 on their perception check.
So, I ask, what the fuck happened? We could.
There's also currently a goblin unconscious on the ground. He's still alive and breathing.
I say again, what the fuck happened?
Who's giving mouth to mouth?
Can I go over to Signa and just do like the Hulk punch where Hulk punches Thor
I'm gonna dodge it.
for jumping
Alright.
on my head?
Do you actually want to do damage?
No.
I'm gonna dodge
Okay,
it.
so I'd say roll an athletics check. Roll an acrobatics, Signa.
So I roll athletics.
Yeah, athletics.
And
Signa
I'm
rolls
not
acrobatics.
advantage anymore. I'm just normal.
You didn't rage, so
Okay, athletics. Well, that's a bummer.
11. So Signo, roll acrobatics. 15. You managed to see it coming just before she lands it, and as her heavy hand comes out, you just like lean back just enough as you feel the whoosh of air.
Fucker. Alright.
Steve.
Alright, well, I'm assuming the bugbears don't have anything of significance on them.
If you want, you can roll a investigation check.
Let's see what we got. Oh.
Looking about, in the room there isn't much, but on one of the bugbears, this guy, the one you just killed, in fact, he is currently wearing a heavy, fine leather black eye patch. And as you look, you notice that there are several precious stones inlaid in the eye patch. And on his side, there is a small pouch with 33 silver in it.
Ooh.
So, jewel inlaid eye patch and 33 silver pieces.
As soon as I used to be a sailor, I'm gonna take that eye patch. And then
Right,
Is this goblin still alive?
He's still alive, but he's currently unconscious.
Can I restrain him and then smack the shit out of him to wake him up?
You can. Roll me a survival check as you bring out your rope and restrain him.
Well, I guess we're gonna find out if he's about to get torched or if he's gonna be restrained.
Useful. Phenomenal.
18. All right, you do so, and eventually get some steady ropes on him. You feel pretty good about it. Then, as you do so, you rear back with your gauntlet in hand, and the heavy crack fills the air as the goblin he wakes up.
Do you speak common?
Yes, I do.
Why are you in the basement of this village?
Working. They make me work. I don't
Doing
want
what?
to. Thieving, attacking, stealing, whatever they want.
Who's making
Please.
you do this?
Them.
He
Who is?
nods his head towards the bugbears that are now dead.
Are they being guided by someone that you know of?
Yes. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I promise. I've never met him. They call him the Spider.
Is he human?
I don't know. I've never met him. I promise I don't know. The
Do
Spider.
you know anything else?
He works in shadows. He's looking for something in the mountains. He killed dwarves looking for them. Stole their maps.
Where at in the mountains?
I don't know. I just work. Please, I can help.
Doing what?
I'm good with tools. I can unlock doors for you.
How can I trust you?
I don't want to die.
If you want to, you can roll an insight check. Or, if you just straight up don't want to trust him, you can say I don't trust him. Up to you. He seems trustworthy. I mean, not trustworthy, but he seems to be trustworthy. Is not the word I'd use. He seems to be telling the. He seems to be telling the truth. Like at the moment, he is currently surrounded by many armed individuals, bound and burnt from a mage's flamethrower hands. So he seems to have self-preservation on the mind above anything else.
So if I unbind you, you're not gonna attack us, and you won't
No.
run away.
No, I promise. There are many of you. Just one of me.
I'll take his bonds off.
You do so, and he gets up very, very like quiet, like very shakily. He's looking up at you as in fear and like general like these guys will indeed kill me, and I am currently at 2 hit points.
I am going to give him food.
All right, you pull out some of your rations and hold it out towards him. He seems a bit trepidatious at first, but eventually he takes it and eats away at it.
I'm gonna take a knee and hold up my hand to shake his hand and be like, I'm gonna trust you.
Droop. The goblin takes it and he's like, yes, I help. No kill, I help, I promise.
Alright, if you help us, I promise no harm will come to you.
He
From us, at
nods.
least. I can't promise that other people won't try to hurt you. Because you're a goblin, obviously.
He nods vigorously.
You bitch.
In the corner that I'm in, watching this whole thing go down, I pull out my little notebook and I put at the end of my list of possible creatures, I put goblin with a question mark.
Do goblins exist? I don't know.
No, just possible. Just possible. So I'm very questionable about whether I'd like a goblin for a pet, but it's on the table.
There,
Oh, for a pet, okay.
what's I'm looking for?
Magnets,
There are
how do they work?
there are optional rules in Dungeons and Dragons called sidekicks.
Ooh.
And I could say, should things go correctly, you could get a sidekick. We shall see.
Ooh, sidekick. Screw you, pterodactyl.
The pterodactyl could be a pet. This is a sidekick.
You watch. Oh, so, okay. So you go to the other door.
This time I'm gonna ask everybody, hey, are we ready to open this door?
Let me walk in first on this one, since there's other voices.
Maybe we should ask the goblin.
That's not a bad idea either.
Should we go in from both sides?
Hey, little Gabo, is there anybody in this door that you know of?
Yes, I don't know their names, but cloakmen playing cards.
They're just trying to get some bait.
Maybe we should send in Mandardus first, because he's got the cloak.
Well, here's what I can do. I can walk in and say that I'm bringing you guys in as recruits and see if we can just get past these guys without an issue.
There we go.
And then kill them once they're unaware.
Exactly. Because what's the name of the guy that we're supposed to see? Or supposed to find?
You're supposed to find Iarno Glassstaff.
Yarno.
He's the guy you're supposed to possibly, hopefully, bring him back alive.
Glassstaff. Okay.
Did you not read any of the notes that I gave you?
You didn't give me notes.
I sent them to you on Discord.
I never got them.
You didn't,
Bullshit.
you sent me notes.
You sent them to Farrell, not me.
Oh, I thought that was Farrell talking.
Oh, thanks.
Negative.
Well, nobody else asked for the notes.
Farrell's voice is way sexier.
That's debatable.
Yeah,
Anyways,
it is
so
debatable.
all right. Well, I'm going to open this door
All
and
right.
see how they react first, and then if
All right.
so.
You open the door. I assume you block the row of people behind you with your back.
Yes, of course.
All right, so you open the door. You do so, and eventually you see 4 human individuals sitting around a table, all of them with cards in their hands, and a decent pile of gold, silver, and copper in the center of the table. And they turn towards you, and they recognize the cloak, but they don't recognize their face, and they sort of like raise their eyebrows, like. And one of the back says, "Who are you?"
I tell them that I'm Tom and I'm bringing more recruits, while also uttering the secret phrase that I was given.
All right, you say.
Tim.
Tom.
You say that. They seem to relax a bit at the past phrase, but still a bit curious. Like, oh, all right then. I mean, you don't want to come this way. You're gonna want to go towards the storehouse, get them their weapons, and all that good shit. They again turn back towards their cards. The boss's quarters is up ahead. You're gonna want to go the other way.
I was told to bring them straight to the boss.
Roll a deception check.
Woohoo! Good deception, good deception. Please give me a good fucking roll tonight. Oh, shit.
14. Okay. I mean, it's not bad. Let's see what they get.
No, it's bad. No.
It's bad. It's bad.
A couple of them sort of nod and they turn back towards their cards, but the one in the back sort of raises his eyebrows and like, really? Last time I checked, the boss doesn't like to be bothered. Like, ever.
You dare question the orders of a boss?
Suck a dick, a-hole.
Where'd Hart go?
Who left? Art?
Where'd he go? Where'd he go? Where'd he go?
Where'd he go?
I don't know.
If anyone gets that reference. Snake. 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 Well, if something crazy happens, we'll wait for him to show up, but we're still
Okay.
just doing you and them. He's like, well, what? Like he sort of like plays with the cards in his hands. It's like, it's just, I don't know. He's never really taken individuals in by himself. He's never really done one-on-one conversations. What makes you lot so special?
Push the girl to the front.
Do you want to go to the front?
Use the sex object. It's
I hate to-
totally normal.
I hate to tell you, but half
Every
orcs,
movie.
half orcs aren't typically the sex objects of the story.
I'm pretty.
I have the noble background, damn it!
No,
Hey,
I get.
oh, that's perfect. That's perfect. Use that. Use the noble background.
Oh shit! I forgot about that. Yeah. So I look at him and tell him it's because I have a special recruit that he wants to see personally.
All right, Josephine, do you want to step up and assist to this?
I'm back. I'm back.
I'll step in
Alright.
and have Josephine.
Nothing's crazy's happened. They're just talking.
I'll have Josephine come up with me.
Yeah,
All right,
I
Josephine,
saw
you
him.
walk up. You walk up, and they look at you, and they're like, this chick. What's so special about her?
This half orc is nobility. Bow before her presence. Fuck! I just fed her ego.
Wait,
I sit there. I start twirling my braid.
All right, I'd
is
say
he only introducing her? Or is he introducing all of us? Sorry.
Just her.
he-
Just her.
he's-
For now.
Just her at the moment. He's mentioned you guys, but
None of us peons are being introduced yet.
all right, I'd say
Nobility bitches.
because this isn't really a lie, I'd say this would be a persuasion check.
Okay.
Do we both need to make one?
You can add to it. Yeah, you can go ahead and roll a persuasion check and see, depending on what your guys' two rolls are, it'll see balance out this DC. Oh,
You don't want my help because that was a
Nope.
natural one.
Nope.
So the average.
okay.
Just use his. Just use his.
No.
Damn it.
You've already made the roll.
Shit! This is gonna go horrible.
This is fine. This is fine.
They still need to make their rolls, so maybe.
This is fine. It's fine.
Maybe they'll do really, 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 really bad. One guy's gonna roll a 1 and just convince the rest of them that you're actually nobility.
The guy in
I
the
mean,
back.
I am actually nobility.
The guy in the far back steps up and walks around.
But you're really bad at letting everyone else know that you actually are.
He walks around and gets like you're a good like maybe foot or two taller than him, but he like does his best to do this sort of like buff like try and like make himself look bigger and stronger. You know how they are. He's like
Yeah, I know how men are.
he looks you up and down. He's like, what kind of fucking nobility would have a half-breed shitbag of a daughter?
I'm going to intimidate the crap out of him and say, "Your mom."
Alright, go ahead. Go ahead. Roll an intimidation check.
Suck it, bitch.
You sort of like tower and like sort of get your half barbarian muscles on, and you just like you say that to him, and he's certainly intimidating. He takes like a step back. He's like, all right, maybe here. What about the rest of your lot?
How about
Bring 'em
you?
in.
How about
They're
you?
my vassals.
Oh my god, this is going south.
It's gonna be fun. No, this is gonna be great.
Bring the rest of them in. But I want to see who's alongside this apparently half-orc nobility.
Who are you to judge what the boss says? Since you want to be so disrespectful, how about you and your lot just leave this area?
How about we go talk to the boss right now?
Let's do it. And fuck. It's just shit.
No. He points towards Josephine. You stay. Your peon stay. He points to the rest of his men. You guys watch him. You, me, we're going to talk to him. He starts
Alright.
walking towards the door.
When he says "you, me," oh, that guy. Okay, we're good.
All right.
While we're in here, can I go take his place at the table?
You most certainly can, yeah. So he's gonna go towards the door. He pulls back. What are the rest of you doing?
I'm
Like-
taking his place at the table and stealing his cards.
Yeah, I'm talking about like the rest of these three. You guys want to add anything to this? You want to enter the room? You guys can hear this conversation going on. You're not like blind to deaf to it.
Who all is still in there?
He's currently fiddling with a key to unlock the door to the next room. So currently, him and Mendardos are in a hallway at another door. Josephine has decided to sit down with the other three.
I'll trust their judgment to start murdering whenever they think it is necessary.
What's wrong?
1 second.
Hey, give me 1 second. I'll be right back.
No problem. But yeah. So currently, Josephine is at the table with three other red brands. Mendardos is with one of them, currently fiddling with a key towards another door. So yeah, that's what's currently happening now. Droop is Droop. He's introduced himself at this point. Droop the Goblin is currently hiding behind all of you, cowering away, not adding anything, but certainly not detrimenting y'all. You know what I mean? He's not saying, "Oh, these are guys coming to fuck shit up." He's just staying quiet in the back.
I was saying, now the minute those two walk out of the room, I'm gonna start I'm gonna look at the other players. I'm gonna wink and like put my finger to my lips, and then I'm just gonna start showing this guy's cards to them.
You pick up his hand and flip it over. It's a decent hand too. Like they're playing like essentially text. There are card games that I have created, but that y'all can play in the near future. But you show them his hand. They all look over and like, oh, okay. Look at their hands. One of them actually goes up. One of them actually goes towards the deck and like looks through it and swaps a card out. And they all look at him. He's like, I'll split it with y'all. Don't worry. All right, we'll wait towards. Is there anything Signa or Grim would like to do? Like I said,
I'm
you.
just
Yep.
waiting for him to go in, and this probably.
Do you want to be inside the room, outside?
We can be inside of the room, like, yeah.
All right, no problem. I just want to know where everyone is. Like I said, y'all exist in this. Y'all are here too, and while that might have been like Mandardis taking the scene, y'all still have options. You know, if you want to, if you want to take your poison bolt, shoot this guy in the back, you can.
What are we doing with this guy here?
He's following you. He's following you. He's behind you, but he's not adding anything because he's.
No.
And more than likely, he'll probably run away if combat breaks out, considering how hurt he is.
Sweet. All right, I'll just stand by.
But he's most certainly he's sort of clinging to Thrice's side, sort of sticking by him.
Outstanding. Nope, I'm just chilling. They're playing cards. Josephine is flirting.
No, I'm not flirting.
Oh.
I'm just trying to win their favor so, like, they back us up when they come back. If they come back.
Yeah.
They all are now that you've all entered the room, they all are looking at you with the sort of shifty eye. None of them have made a move yet. However, you do notice that from when their weapons were at their feet, they have now taken them up and buckled them back onto their hips.
Oh, get a little hostile. Outstanding.
They haven't made any moves yet, but they are on alert.
Okay, I'll be alert myself.
Yeah, no problem. We'll just wait for Statzer to come back to continue his little bit.
Wait, why am I in there?
You don't want to be. You don't want to be in there. You can be out if you want.
Alright.
But
I didn't want to go in. I was just gonna. I mean, I guess if they move in, then that's fine. But I was just planning on hanging out in the hallway until the people in the room decided to start murdering people.
Yeah. While this is going on, I can imbue my rapier. I can just whisper and imbue it with some elemental energy.
Do you do that right in front of them?
It doesn't show anything, does it? I'm pretty sure it just kind of.
What elemental are you doing? What element are you doing?
Or it's just my crimson right.
Yeah, I know. What crimson right? What is your crimson right element?
It's storm, I think.
All right, roll a sleight of hand check.
Hang on, let me double check. I wrote this.
Because this, the crimson right is it requires you to, I believe, put your cursed blood onto the weapon to activate it. So.
Sorry about that.
No problem at all.
So I wasn't really sure how it actually activated. It just says you can choose to activate it, and then it's good until a short or long rest.
The way I have always ruled, the way me and my friends have always ruled it, it's like you have to, and the way I think it's described in Matt's tweets and stuff is that they have to you have to make a wound on yourself, allow your blood to coat the weapon, and then the weapon is imbued.
Oh, well, that's fine. I'll just bite my fucking finger and wipe it on my blade.
All right, you do so, and
couldn't you just slightly pull it out of the scabbard and then draw your thumb across it very discreetly?
That's what I said.
And make a sleight of hand check or something for that.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking for, a sleight of hand check.
Yeah. Gotcha. Sorry, I missed that somehow.
Yeah, no problem. All right, let's see these ruffians.
That didn't work.
Okay, so you do the whole Naruto bite. You reach up, bite your thumb, and you run it across. And as you do so, the telltale crackle of lightning fills the air. And the three of them the shit was that? They don't seem to have noticed that you did it, but they certainly heard it.
No. Did somebody fart?
I was rubbing my hands on my cloak, and just a bunch of static just shocked the shit out of me.
You guys are really bad at this.
Have we me and the other guy made it out the door yet?
We're about to get to that.
I thought you guys left already.
While we were waiting for you,
left.
we were dealing with this.
Oh, okay.
No, but we're gonna bounce back and forth, but we'll get back to that floor in a second here. So at this period in time, you have been brought into another room. This room right here.
I was gonna try and do something before we made it into that room.
Okay. What do you want to do? He's made it out. He's closed the door behind him now. He's working with the key.
I'm gonna cast minor illusion down the hallway to make it sound like a bunch of rocks were falling.
Okay. Think. No, that only works with. Let me bring up minor illusion.
It makes a sound or an image.
No. You're 100% within the somatic and material. It has somatic components. I'd say he's more interested in that, and I think it only works if he's examining it. So he hears the rocks and he turns his head. It seems to have caught in his attention, but it's just rocks falling.
I go, what was that? And I start walking fast towards it, where I cast the illusion and tell him, "Are you gonna help me or not?"
He takes one step. He's like, "It's probably just the beast in the basement."
Yeah, but I saw intruders come in here yesterday and tried to follow him and lost him back in the town. They could be back.
Roll a deception check.
Fuck.
We're not lying very well right now.
No, we're
That's a
not.
natural one.
We're really great at
So-
this, guys.
Coupled with multiple low deception checks, at the same time, he raises his eye like pretty much at the same time while this is happening in the hallway. The whole lightning debacle is happening in the room. He raises his eyebrows. He's like, "Well, you said you were a new hire." Not with a K. Actually, no. My apologies. It's like, "Oh yeah." He's like, "Yeah, I think I did hear something about." He slowly pulls out his scimitar. Intruders. In fact, I like people to be on the lookout for. In fact, now that I think about it,
I cast
they
chromatic orb
just
on him.
you used Tides of Chaos, didn't you?
Yes.
Roll percentile.
Oh, what is that? Is that a D100?
Roll the D100.
Oh shit! Here we go. Slash roll 1D100.
All right. Hold on.
I'll take it.
Let me pull up the table.
I already know it. I'll take it.
Do you?
Yeah.
64.
Fog.
64. Oh, all right. Cast Fog Cloud Center on yourself. So, as you bring out your hand and you reach over and you try to will out the magical energy, you feel your hand begin to twitch, and you're like, "Uh-oh!" And you know this feeling. It's the feeling when your magic gets out of your control, and instead of a chromatic orb, what appears is a heavy, thick cloud. And as you do so, the man immediately, make the threatening gesture, and the man's like, he's like, "Intruders! They're liars! Get them!" And at that, they all draw their weapons. Initiative, please. That was really good and really creative, guys. Unfortunately, the dice weren't in your favor.
The dice didn't like
No.
us. How thick is fog? How thick is
You're considered heavily obscured. Any attacks made within the fog cloud have a -5 penalty.
Okay.
However, it is also a what's I'm looking for? It is also like a double-edged sword because it affects you too.
Right, but it saves my ass too.
It's a fog cloud, I believe, is 20 feet.
I'm trying to find it to look.
Fog cloud. Let's see here. A 20-foot radius. So man, that's be a big fucking cloud.
Yep. Says it spreads around corners and its area is heavily obscured. So does that mean it gets bigger? Or oof.
There you go. That is. Do you see that?
Yeah.
So that is the area that the fog cloud has decided has because it's centered on you. That is where it is spread, and so any here. Let me come up heavily obscured. Let me find heavily obscured. Heavily obscured area such as heavily obscured areas. Characters face darkness outdoors at night within confines of moonlit. Fake fog blocks visions. The creature effectively suffers from the blinded conditions when trying to see something in the area. So you and him are effectively blinded. So attacks that you guys do against each other will be at disadvantage.
Okay.
All right. Cigna is 5. Now I need to do the Red Brand Bandits real quick.
Natural one, natural one, natural one.
16.414. All right, with this, Thrisis, you're up first. What would you like to do? As you hear, as from outside the from around the corner, you see fog roll in and slightly into the room, and you hear the like the sort of like pseudo leader of the group shout out, "They're like intruders. Get them."
One question, real quick. I'm reading Tides of Chaos. It says I roll the percentile after I cast a sorcerer spell.
Yeah, and Chromatic Orb was after you cast it?
Yeah, it says after I cast. So does that mean I still get to try and cast it?
Let me... Wild, Magic, Sorcerer, 5e. Tides of Chaos. Tides of Chaos. Starting at first level, you can manipulate fire. Anytime before you gain use of this feature, the DM can have you roll on the magic tune immediately after you cast her sorcerer. Okay, yeah, I'd say yeah. You get your Chromatic Orb off.
All right. Cast at first level.
22, 10. That does hit, and it's not, and that would happen after the fog cloud happens. So essentially, what you got was a blast of energy. You got your first attack in, and then then you put up a smoke screen.
All right.
I feel like smoke just came out of it.
All right. So yeah, he takes a hit, whatever energy type you have decided on, and he lets that out. Thrisis, you're up. I was like, who do you aim it on? You can choose one character. Yeah, who do you aim it on?
This little dude right here that's right in front of me.
All right, as a dex save.
Boom!
As a failure, so 6 damage. Nice. You watch as you raise your hand up as you shoot your hand out, and as like you all watch as what's only just like he shoots flames out of his hands towards this individual, and you'll watch as the flames sort of morph slightly into the shape of a wolf very briefly until it strikes him. All right, do you want to move anywhere?
No.
Oh, wait, hold on. I forgot. Alright. So, now is the ruffian's turn. This one's going to run up. He knew where you were at the end of the hallway, but it's still within the cloud, so he does have disadvantage. So he's going to take his 2
attacks. Doesn't he get an attack of opportunity because he ran into his area?
No, that's only if you have a certain feat. In 5e, anyway. 5e, it's only when you're leaving. There is a feat you can take called Polearm Master, where it allows you to do that, but not here. Not normal.
I thought Polearm Master just extended the range. Never mind, I'm stupid.
No, it's no problem. Lots of rules, lots of different stuff added to it. Anyway, he comes in and he takes it 2 strikes. However, the fog is dense, and he knows where you are, but he can't pin you down. So he just sort of swings wildly, and you dip and dive. This one, in response to getting hit by those flames, he's going to take an attack against you. So he's got his multi-attack. So he's going to
Dodge,
do
duck,
his...
dip, dive, and dodge.
Yep. Wait, hold on. I'm doing that.
Yeet.
Yee.
Yee. Let's see here. A 17 and a 13. Not with that 18 AC. Hot damn.
Hell yeah, bro.
He comes swinging, and you you just block him back. This one is going to... He's going to take the table, and he's going to put his feet on the table, and he's going to push it, and he's going to try and pin you against the wall, Josephine. I need you to make me an athletics or acrobatics check, your choice.
I'm sorry, me?
Yeah. He just heard his
We'll do
command.
No, you're fine. You're fine. Let's
Me is ye.
Let's do athletics. Wyatt, no, do stuff. Come on. Well, that sucked.
Ooh.
We're all rolling bad tonight. Jesus Christ.
So you
No, this is fine.
you feel like you try and stop it. However, the table is used, and you're pushed up against the wall, and like you see the coins and gold scatter across the ground. That is his action, but he currently has you pinned against the wall, so you're technically considered, I wouldn't say restrained. Your movement is just 0 at this moment, as
Gotcha.
his friend comes up and tries to make an attack against you.
Cool.
Smack that bitch.
Well, no, we don't want to do that. No.
Ooh, those are...
Forever.
That was shit. 12 and 10. Even with you pinned against the wall, you just managed to, like, he comes in for the swipes, and you just like duck your head either way, and he just ends up getting nothing but stone. It is now Droop the Goblin's turn.
He gets stoned?
Hell yeah.
He deciding that with how low health he is, being in combat isn't the best thing. He's going to pull back and then take out his short bow and make an attack against the red band bandit. He has decided to throw his lot in with you guys because you seem stronger and you killed all those bugbears.
You better not hit me.
We'll see if he gets a 1.
Rolls a
Whoops.
1.
21. So he lands his shot.
Jeez.
7 damage. Nice. So you, like Thrices, as you currently engage with this red bandit, you all of a sudden feel a whoosh of air as an arrow is slammed into the shoulder of this bandit, and he lets off this ah! And he looks over your shoulder at the goblins like, "You little shit, you're gonna die for that." Josephine, you're up.
Okay, so I'm pinned by a table, right?
Yeah, you're. I'd say at this, if you want to use your action to push it back, you can, but you're not like restrained or anything. Your movement is just 0. But there is one guy
But
within
like
range
this
of you.
dude is still right next to me, right?
Yeah, he went in for the attack, so he's in for. So he's.
Can I go ahead and try to squish him with the table?
Yeah, I'd say
Like,
you
just
make an
Take
make
it
an
and
athletics
smack
check.
him
Yeah.
into the wall with it.
Yeah, I'd say make an athletics check.
All right.
Do you want to like
Also,
hit him?
why help me now?
Are you,
Oh, that's better.
trying to hurt him with the table?
Yeah, we're just gonna squish him with the table.
All right.
Like
let's
I'm gonna
see.
flip it, like take it in my hands, flip it so that like the top of the table squishes him up against the wall, and kind of like ram my shoulder into it to kind of like try to knock the wind out of him.
Let's see if
And
this
then stab him
guy.
through the table.
Let's see if this guy's
Can I do
athletics. This guy's trying to keep, like, you're much stronger than him, so like trying to keep the table pinned against you. He rolled in the contested athletics, so it didn't work. So you do take the table up, pick it up, and then swing it towards this other guy, and you hit him in the chest with the corner of the table, I suppose, rounded edge of the table. So I want you to roll me a d4.
Okay. Where's my D4?
This is an improvised weapon.
Hey, it could be fun. All right, come on, you can get out of there. Maybe. There we go. That would be a 3.
3, so that's 2. because you're not proficient with improvised weapons. So I was like 1 and 2 is a 1, 3 and 4 is a 2. So 2 plus your strength, which is 4, so 6. So you take 6 points of damage as the heavy side of the table is slammed into his chest, and he goes.
Suck it, bitch.
All right, Mindardus, you're up.
All right, I'm going to pull out my short sword,
Mhm.
and assuming I can kind of hear where he's at, I'm going to take a stab at him.
All right, roll an attack with disadvantage.
Disadvantage.
12. Unfortunately, that doesn't meet his AC. So you take a swing and like through the heavy fog, like you can see each other's figures, but it's hard to pin each other down. So you're currently locked within sword combat. Grim, you're up.
All right. I'm gonna draw rapier. Then I'm gonna go rape this guy right here.
All right, roll to attack.
Outstanding. Bam. Dun, da, 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 pacha. Absolutely not.
You
Try again.
come in with the.
Oh, still didn't work. Hang on, why is it moving? Oh,
Because that's a natural one.
oh,
You.
yeah.
That's what I'm looking for. You don't get 2 attacks.
I know.
I mean, if you want to, if you so choose to like dual wield, I think you could have a dagger in your left hand.
Oh, it's all right.
Anyway, you
Fail.
you go in for the stab, and you just end up hitting the wood of the thing. But now he discreetly sees the lightning on your blade, and he's like freaked out. He's like, "What the shit?" Signa, you're up.
Awesome. Let me double check my crimson right. I wrote that down in here somewhere. Yeah, it is. the
You
Crimson
also
Storm.
you're at level 2, so you also have your blood curses if you want to write that down at some point.
I will.
And a
I wasn't here last time, so I literally just leveled new right now.
I think you already had your health leveled up though last time though.
Well, I just did it in the app. I'm using the phone app, and I just hit level up.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
I can post this on the thing if you want me to.
No, it's fine, it's fine. I realize. Anyway, so Signa, you're up.
Signa is currently passed out on the bed. Give me just
Oh.
a second.
Oh, not a Roll20 app. The character sheet app we use.
I feel you.
What would you like?
That's
Okay,
what.
my bad.
We'll probably after this combat, we'll finish for tonight, and we'll come back to this later. This is a good stopping point after you kill these guys. There's 2 guys facing you.
You're good. He's somewhat awake.
Yeah, like I said, we'll finish. We'll end for tonight after this combat.
I'll double attack the guy closest to me.
All right. So there's 2. One currently very injured facing Signa. One not even hurt at all facing Grim. Or Thrices. Why did I say Signa?
We'll do the really injured guy.
All right. So okay, you might kill him in 1 attack. So we'll see what happens. All right. So with that first attack, you do indeed kill him. So you swipe out with your scimitar and cut up, like stab into his chest and like pierce through his heart. And then now there's the one healthy guy. You can make your second attack against him.
Ooh,
Nice. 8 damage. You do, in fact, you spin the sword, do a downward slash, and as he's distracted by the lightning on Grim's blade, you get an opening and cut across his back, and he's like, "Ugh." Farsis, you're up.
This guy.
You going
Fairy
after him?
Fire.
You're doing fairy fire?
Or no, not fairy fire. Sorry, sacred flame.
Oh, okay. Sacred flame. I was about to say, I'm like, sure, but your friends will get caught in it, just so you know.
It'll
So-
be fine. It'll be fine.
that's a failure. So go ahead, roll damage. It's 1d8.
Did I roll D8? I tried to. I don't know.
Maybe
if it
it's
worked.
like, maybe it's lagging.
Try it again.
Oh,
we go.
7. Nice. He's looking real bad. Really bad. It is now the ruffian's turns. This one is going to still had just gotten a face full of table. Is going to take 2 attacks against the offender.
Of course.
Fuck, dude, this guy is rolling shit. A 7 and a 10.
Na,
Yeet.
na, 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 na.
This one
Solus is guiding us.
this guy is really hurt and injured, so he's going to try and peel out.
Do I get an attack of opportunity?
Yeah, these guys get attack of opportunity should they choose to take it.
Murder. 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 Murder.
So Grim, Signa, if you guys want to make attack of opportunities, you can.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna make an attack. Or
Alright,
attempt to, at least. Bam. God, I suck at
Alright.
rapier. This is why
You
I use
both-
the fucking crossbow.
Unfortunately, miss. However, Josephine, you do also get an attack of opportunity before he enters the hallway.
Sweet. Let's go ahead and let's do.
You basically
Nice.
just need to fucking wrap him on the forehead with your knuckles, and he'll die.
And you
I
do
was
just
gonna
that.
say, can I just does that hit?
That does hit.
Yeah, I'm just gonna take out his knees.
There you go.
All right, you take your great axe, and you slammed him into the back pockets where the tendons meet, and he collapses onto the floor right here. And as he's doing so, you take the pommel end of the thing and slam it down on top of his head. Who is
Somebody's breathing hard.
alright? It's hard. That's how his mic operates.
Well, outstanding.
And anytime someone mentions it, he does that shit. Droop's going to run up and hiding from behind Thrices. He's going to shoot this guy with his arrow, or at least try to.
Yeah, during that whiff, can I just switch to my crossbow? Like,
Yeah, sure, totally. Pull that out.
yeah, put away my rapier.
So he's going to take a shot against this guy, and lands, hits, and does minimal damage. Woo! Does a big old 3, but he does manage to get a glancing blow as a arrow streaks across his face, and he winces. Josephine, you're up. You got one guy who you've just hit with a table right there.
Yeah, we're gonna try to take off his head.
All right, go ahead, roll to attack.
Oh, bye bye.
Nice. You take the axe overhead and bring it down, and you hit his skull and bisect it right down, and it stops right at the end of his forehead, and you can see it slightly part, and you see bits of gray matter and blood.
Delightful.
All right, there's only one guy left. Mandar just doesn't know that, but Mandar, you're up.
Because the fog is pissing me off, I'm going to say fuck it and cast Thunder Wave.
All right, roll me a d20.
Son of a bitch.
All right, it goes off without a hitch. Roll to attack.
It's a DC save of 12.
Oh yeah, it's a DC 12. I forgot about that. We're going to bring out his character sheet. I don't know why I keep closing it. I do it so I can see the rest of the thing. And he fails, so go ahead, roll damage.
Sweet.
So he takes the full thing. It's pushed back 10 feet. 7. So, how do you do this?
The spell goes off so hard that he slams back into the wall and completely splatters against it.
You focus. You watch as the the fog seems to be pulled into your hands, giving your magic, giving this thunder wave a form this time. And you focus and you watch as the air around you begin to shake, and eventually, a loud, thunderous boom that can be heard from 300 feet away fills the air as the dead body of the bandit goes flying back and breaks across the wall. And with that, combat has come to an end. We will end here for tonight and pick up next time we can, because it is 10 o'clock for us, 11 for you guys. But with your current kills, there's 5 of you divided by 5. You each have gained 200 XP.
600 total.
Yep.
Outstanding.
Was
So,
there
this is where-
was there anything special on the leader that I killed?
What's I'm looking for? Let me go to their page real quick.
Is there
Other
also
than the
anything good on the tables to pick up?
yeah, that's what I'm going to right now. Give me a second.
All right.
Y'all were lucky. 10. On the guy you killed, on his ears are 2 golden earrings with rubies on them. And on the table, there was 75. So, and you find, excuse me as I type this out, but you find that much on the table.
For each of the people killed, were their cloaks still intact?
No one was killed with fire damage, so yeah, they each have their cloak still on them.
All right, the guy that I bisected his head, I'm gonna go ahead and just pull off the cloak and wipe my axe on it to add a little bit more red and throw that on.
Okay. A minute passes by, the fog cloud disperses, and with the recent killings of everything you've done currently standing within the aftermath, we will cut to black here. Very cartoony. Next time, same bat time, same bat channel.
Outstanding.
But yeah, this is where we'll end for tonight.
Awesome.
That works.
Hope y'all had fun.